Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, y'all. It's Montina here. And yes, that's my government name, Montina. I have an agenda. And if a sister friend sent you this link, she loves you. She is thinking about you. You are amazing to her. And so we're here because I wanted to create something just to give married women a daily dose of inspiration, and then some of my single women started coming along, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm here to help you attract the love you desire and deserve also. So, this call is really a dose of inspiration. It's not a prayer call, okay, because you can pray for yourself, but it's a practical call. Like, how do you stay happily married? Some of the things you're going through when you're in the valley. How do you get up out the valley? If you're going back in the valley, there are different seasons in marriage. There are different seasons in life. I'm actually reading a book right now about the seasons of marriage. It's pretty good. It's on Audible, so I listen to about 10 to 15 minutes a day. So, all right. Well, I appreciate y'all being here in single '09. This isn't like a dating show, but if there are women in Texas that might be interested in responding, maybe they'll respond. All right, y'all, let me stay focused. This is so much fun. 80% of the time, your husband is going to be absolutely amazing. Oh my God, you're going to be so in love. And 20% of the time, you're going to be like, what did I sign up for? Like, this ain't it. And that's just the reality of life. When you take it into like the scope of 30 days, to me, it just makes it more palatable, realistic, right? So it's like, okay, 30 days out of the month, 24 days, it's heavenly. And like 6 days, you're like, what is this going on? And I think that's where men pause. Maybe men have their menstrual too. I don't know, sis. But the reality is, you're not being pessimistic because you understand that life is going to life and things are going to just happen. Okay. So, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my sisters, my goddesses. So, that's why I'm here. There are support groups for everything. There are support groups for, narcissistic personality disorder, divorce support groups, grief support groups, Alcoholics Anonymous. But when you talk about marriage, all you move. Well, I don't know what she loves you, but all you hear about is, hey, marriage is hard. Hey, I'm going to pray for you. And it just really doesn't seem to make sense, right? So I want it to make sense. And that's why I created this for all of us. Okay. All right. So I am here. I'm not going to be distracted by this chat because your pa has it, but y'all be nice in the chat, okay? Because we're going to start growing and y'all got to be nice. All right. So 80%, again, 50% of the time, first marriages end in divorce. 67% of the time, marriages, the second marriage ends in divorce. And 73% of the time, if people get married 3 times, okay, less than 5% of people do, it ends in divorce. It can be crazy out here. And again, we all hear marriage is hard from the older women, but what's so hard about it? So that's where we come in for the daily dose of inspiration. So today I'm actually going to get into it because I got a lot of resources here today. So, we do the battlefield of the mind. And here's the thing right here: we have to think with our minds and understand that we have to pray before we say. And that power comes from, yes, the word of God, but yes, resources and books. Okay. Because, I am of the belief, we have people here that are not Christians. I have friends that are Hindi. I have friends from Muslim. I literally have friends from all over the spectrum. Actually, one of my husband's family, they were Muslim. So yeah, that's why I know a lot, of different things. He's actually half African and half Jamaican. So I've kind of been around a little bit in terms of just different cultures. So again, I try to be respectful here because I want us to understand that across the spectrum, a lot of husbands are just crazy. Okay. A lot of the things that we think we're dealing with, everyone else is dealing with too. Okay. So I hate to say abnormal behavior is normal, but it's more normal than you think. And especially because I'm in a third marriage, since I've been there and done that, it's the same poo poo, it's a different toilet. So again, we need power. I'm going to share some resources with you today. Yes, we need to pray before we say. We need to meditate. That means that you need to listen. You need some silent time, even if it's 2 minutes a day. You need some silent time where you're just sitting, put on some soft music and just listen. Just pause. You need that. You need that recharge, refresh, re-energize. Just pause. Okay. You're not listening to me. You're not listening to anyone. You are just sitting down and you're just reflecting on that day. You're being thankful and you're just listening. Okay. What is your spirit telling you? What is God speaking to you? Okay. And then the purpose of marriage is to make you the best version of yourself. So my single ladies, my single ladies, my single ladies, when you get into the marriage, it's to make you the best version of yourself. So you need to be working on yourself too. Okay. And physical, yes. Mental, yes. Emotional, yes. Spiritual, yes. Like this is work. Okay. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, you're just going to get married. You need to find your hobbies now because your hobbies create your happiness. Y'all see me put my Chicago stepping on, but y'all should have seen I was the worst person in my class. The worst. Okay. I don't even know why my instructor, like, she's amazing, but she was clapping when I was the worst. And now, even now, she's like, wow, because I practice. And you could tell I practice every single day. But what are you practicing for in your life? Because I'm going to tell you how you play, how you practice is how you play in marriage, too. So, y'all, here's the juicy part. Excuse me, y'all know I'm getting over a cold, but here's the juicy part to today, the practical part, okay? My notes. Drum roll, please. You know, I'm silly. Okay, this comes to me. I have like all these notes, I have all these things put up. But these things come to me like daily. I'm praying, like, God, show me this marriage, my man, my husband, my sister friends. Like, I want us to win. Let me tell you this quick story before I tell you our practical side. So I had to go to the bank yesterday because I'm signing up to be a poll worker because I'm running for public office next year and I want to know how the things work behind the scenes. And I went to the bank. I needed a letter because who has checks nowadays, right? And so the lady there, I don't know, y'all. I really talk marriage, and it's kind of part of my ministry now. And we were talking, and I mentioned something about my husband. The lady was like, I have only had one serious relationship, and I haven't dated since 2019, and I'm 52 or 53. And I was like, I said, oh, you must like being single and paying all your bills and taking care of yourself. She was like, no, I'm exhausted. Like, that's how I talk. I said, well, what are you doing to get out there to put yourself out there? I met my husband on Match.com because my daughter put me out there. I said, where I live, there's a square. I said, do you go to the restaurants and sit at the bar? And that's what I'm saying to all of you. If you're single because you probably want to be single. Because if you're showing up in this space, honey, you are, or you're becoming a whole, complete, nothing missing, nothing broken woman. You glow differently. You show up in the world differently. Dr. Kia just came over to my Happy Wife project, which I don't promote a lot over here. Let me tell you, the books I show here, I got all 50 of them laid out. Okay. This. When you do the work, you show up differently to the entire world. Women are attracted to your energy. Men are attracted to your energy. Babies are attracted to your energy. Animals are attracted to your energy. Sometimes I feel like I'm walking outside and I'm Snow White. I'm serious. You show up differently in the world. So, again, I want you to show up differently. All right, the practical side to this. Sis, you don't have to fake it until you make it. Okay? Let that one sink in. And I put some bullet points. You don't have to fake it until you make it. Now, I know we talking about with sex. We're going to talk about that a little bit here too. But that is as it relates to friends. My husband and I are blended later in life. I was in my 40s. He's in his 50s. Now I'm close to 50. He's close to 60. And at first, when we dated, I went around his friends, but I realized, like, your friends are your friends, and I created my own friends. Some of you are hanging around people you know don't like you. Stop faking it. You're too old for this. Okay, you're too old to be running around pretending that you like people and you really just don't. And it's not that you dislike them, but your energies don't align. The conversations don't align. I can tell you, even for me, I talk unicorns and rainbows. I don't really talk business in my relationships. And I've been in business 10 years. Y'all be surprised at some of the things that I've done. Google me. Okay. I have. But I want to talk about your lipstick and your perfumes and your earrings and your skin. It's shifting. Your family. Some of your family members don't like you. I actually have a few family members. I'll reach out, I'll text them, I'll call them. They don't respond. Okay, you know what? I have realized you don't want to be bothered with me, and that's okay. They don't like you. Okay, you glow up and show up differently. And my therapist talks to me about that. When you show up, you actually reflect the flaws in the other person. Like, you think you're running around here all happy and beautiful. It actually causes them some frustration. And you really annoy people that haven't done the work or are doing the work or will desire to do the work. They want to do the work, but they don't want to work that hard. So you actually annoy them. Okay. So stop hanging around people that just don't like you. It doesn't even make sense when you say it out loud, right? And then fun. You're doing things that do not bring you any type of joy, but you're pretending that they do. Now, quality time is my love language. My husband and I started golfing. I hated golfing at first. Okay. I hated golfing because he was tough. My husband, like I said, is a very masculine framed man. And he'd be like, put your head down. Like I was just like, oh my God, I'm scared to do it wrong. But now I love it, but it took some time. But I don't do things that like I'm just not a pretender. And I don't want you to fake it until you make it. The other thing is boundaries. If you have not read a boundaries book, listen to a boundaries book, you probably have loosey goosey boundaries. And a lot of folks have loosey goosey boundaries when it comes to these adult children. Okay, adults. My therapist had to help me understand they are grown. My kids are grown, grown, almost 30 years old, grown, grown, grown. Okay, when you're married and you pay your own bills, you grown. Boundaries are healthy in your relationships, in your marriage, and with yourself. Okay, you don't need to be anybody's, punching bag, anybody's excuse to do whatever crazy they're doing. Boundaries, okay? Boundaries, y'all, are so 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 important, especially as your children are adults. I don't even refer to mine as my babies and kids. Y'all are grown. We have grown up conversations. Boundaries in your marriage. Like I said, this is not performative. You too old. Like we're not back in the traditional days unless he's paying all the bills, but you still need your time too. Hey, just because you're a traditional wife don't mean that you're again a punching bag or you're, just someone he can walk all over. Y'all have to establish these boundaries with these men. The other part of this is confrontation. Many of you are, and me, I used to be very passive about confrontation. Not anymore. There was a lady, I actually heard her speaking about me behind my like I overheard her talking about me and I was at a conference and she to this day like we talk about this but I turned around and was like no, this is why I did this. Like you all are so afraid of confrontation and it doesn't need to be mean or negative, but confront bad behavior. The next one is being nice. Like I'm a super nice person. I like enjoy being nice, but I'm not a pushover. If I don't want to do something, the answer is no. Well, why? Because I don't want to. I don't want to. That's it. I'm a grown ass woman. If I don't want to do something, I'm not doing it. Okay, you all are grown, beautiful women. I see you. Y'all be showing up all pretty on YouTube. You don't want like even my calls. Somebody made a comment one day. This how I show up. I show up on YouTube however I want. Okay, because I don't care. This is me. This is how I look when I come home from the gym. I put a lipstick on so I don't fade away. But like, I just get up. You have to stop being a pushover. Okay. And then don't take it personal. I can't tell you how many friends I text in the morning. Some have never responded. And then they'll jump on the call and I'll be like, oh my God, you're here. Or I'll see them out in public or they just send me a random text or email. You never know who's watching you. Okay. Just show up. So again, you don't have to fake it till you make it, but we are going to talk about one more topic. Give me a couple more minutes. Excuse me, y'all. You know I'm battling this cold. So listen, men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti. So when I'm talking to you all, I do show up here differently. And thank y'all for taking notes. I just love y'all. Men know when I talk to my husband, I did read this book. I talk to him like waffles. I'll say, stick in this conversation. I'll say, well, moving the conversation. So this is important why I give you all resources because men, like here, I'm kind of weaving in and out of conversations and stories. Men can't follow us when we do that. Okay, your husband is like, you're blowing his mind, literally. He's like, oh my God, like I can't follow what she's saying. This is how I talk to men in professional spaces too. Staying married and loving it, again, you don't have to fake it till you make it. Some of y'all are faking it around friends or faking it about your husband. My husband is crazy. I'm telling y'all, when y'all meet my mister, because I call him Mister, and he really is different. But I love him. Oh my God, I love this man. I just adore him. I do. But honey, a lot of times I had to say it because there were some times I was like, ooh, I got to get out of this because it was just, I was in the valley and I was coming up out the valley. And the proper care and feeding of marriage. Again, I share the resources. Get one book. You don't have to read everything. Do something. Now, we are going to talk about faking it till you make it. Some of you all, especially, I will say this, I did not start enjoying sex until I was in my 30s. I really was like in my 30s. And it's because when I was young, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand my body. I was, lacked a little, I was a little skinny thing. You just grow up. Now I chase my husband around this house. Okay. Part of it is Pilates. Part of it is your energy. Part of it is showing up differently. Part of it is you got to know your body. We're not in Africa where somebody has cut your little button down there, okay? I don't know how YouTube feels about me saying certain things. Y'all have got to really understand your body. And if you're not getting pleasure now, 100% of the time, sometimes my husband just needs it. And I recognize them times too. And I always say, I got to toot the booty, toot the booty. Okay. And sometimes I'm just like, hey, baby, let's get it on. And I'm talking about this because some of you all do need some resources in this space. There's different positions. Look at this. Okay. Now my husband had this before I met him, y'all, but it was funny. Some of this is just there's a deck, and if you're a little embarrassed around him, it's okay. You can do these things privately, but understand your body. Okay, understand, what works for you. And as a woman, typically it's not, the intercourse type thing. You have to have more stimulation. And yes, it's the talking beforehand, but you really need to understand your body. And there's like little different die, but start having fun. You get to age like it should not just be fun for him. It needs to be fun for you. Don't fake it till you make it, even in the bedroom. And some of you have never had orgasms or climax because you don't understand your body. Y'all listen. When you start understanding your body, baby, I be in Pilates sometimes like, oh, I got to get home to my husband. And I'm talking about this because he needs it. He needs that sexy part of you, that sensual part of you. If you watch my Chicago step dancing that I put on here, my instructor is very sensual. Like I've never met a woman like her. And she's been married probably like 20 something years. I just love watching her. And now I move differently. I show up differently. So again, you need that sensuality as a woman. Okay. All right. Don't fake it till you make it, sis. And we're going to talk about this in Cancun. Like sex is good. It's fun. And if you're not having fun, you have some trauma, you need a therapist. You really, 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 really need a therapist. Okay. All right, with that said, that's our practical side. Don't fake it till you make it, and none of it. Friends, family, fun, especially in intimacy. You need some boundaries. Don't take things personal. You got to start confronting bad behavior, even as it relates to your kids. That's why I'm in therapy. I have to stay in therapy my whole life. Okay, really. And it's because it takes things that hurt and helps you heal. And it helps me reframe things, helps me understand how to show up. And you can be nice, but don't be a pushover. Nobody should be and you resent people that push you over. So stop it, okay? All right, you need hobbies. Your hobbies will help you get your happiness. If y'all want a Chicago step, come join me. If you're in Georgia, if you're outside of Georgia, it's everywhere. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Your skin can be your hobby, your dance, find things. I have a whole list of hobbies that I wrote out in my journal one day because I was like, you need hobbies, sis. And your hobbies can be with your husband, they can be by yourself. I'm trying to wrap it up, so I'm trying to find it quickly. But these are just some that I wrote out for my hobbies, okay? The other thing is self-care, self-maintenance. Today is my hair day. Yay! Yay, yay. And it feeds me. I love my style. It's spiritually, mental, emotional, physical. I brush my hair every day because I wear it straight now. So again, show up, self-maintenance, your wax, your nails. I gotta get my nails done, self-maintenance. You need a sister circle. Okay, unicorns and rainbows in our sister circles. You don't have to go super duper 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 deep with folks. Okay, you don't have to trauma bond with people. We all have challenges. And if you're not in the valley, you looking over the valley and you're gonna get in the valley because the enemy has a plan for you just like he has a plan for me. So he out to get you. It's just a matter of how he's going to attack you. So we have to have our weapons ready, y'all. Okay. Put on the armor, Ephesians 6:11. Okay, we show up, put on our whole armor. Put on our whole armor. You get out here today, you have on your whole armor. And I want you to be sexy and soft. Stop being raggedy. I hope y'all don't show up raggedy in the world. Don't be raggedy, okay? Be cute. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Why? Because the joy of the Lord is your strength. Remember, you are his jewel. Fill your overflow. Your cup needs to be an overflow. Be your youthful, most beautiful self. Show up in this world with your most beautiful self. Okay. All right. I went over a little bit today. All right. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Y'all are so awesome. Let me get the link for our travel joy. I want y'all to come to Cancun with us because we're going to have some real conversations. Like, we should be having fun in marriage. We should be like, girl, I read this book. I did this. Your husband is going to continue to be crazy. Okay, he's going to continue to act up at least 20% of the time. But it's all right. You have to have radical acceptance. You have to have humor and emotional maturity. And you just pray before, girl, you should be like, I'm telling y'all, wait till y'all get around me. I'm a mess. Okay. Love y'all. Have a great rest of the day. I got to hop on another call at 8:30 and I got to get into the city today. So again, okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Clea. Yes. Yes. Yep. I take up 100 pages on Google. I'm on LinkedIn. Thank you to our new folks that joined us. I saw you somewhere in here, Melinda. I will be in class in Pilates on Friday. So, again, y'all can email me. My email's there. I am down here in Henry County. Hey, Deshonda. I love y'all. You guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for showing up with me every day. I got you, sis. Bye. Oh, I love this. Y'all are so